Here's a terrifying question. Is a financial earthquake about to hit the United States? And could the war in the Middle East trigger a massive investment shakeup across the global economy? Welcome to TimesXP. It's me, Dhritiyatri, and let's break it down what is really happening behind the scenes. Well, as the conflict involving Iran, Israel, and the US, it grows more intense by every single day. The battlefield may not remain limited to missiles and drones. Well, a new front could open in the world of money, investment, and financial power. Reports suggest that several wealthy Gulf nations they are quietly reviewing their massive overseas investment, and that includes billions of dollars parked in American markets. In fact, countries like Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Qatar, they control one of the largest sovereign wealth funds on the planet. Together, these funds manage well over $3 trillion in global assets. Now, these investments stretch across Wall Street banks, major technology companies, real estate in cities like New York and London, even infrastructure projects around the globe. But the growing war is creating a serious dilemma for these Gulf nations. Security costs across the region, they are rising fast. Military deployments are expanding, air defenses are being stretched, naval patrol are increasing, and all of this requires huge amount of money. And at the very same time, tensions around the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important oil shipping route in the world, are making the energy markets extremely nervous. Nearly one-fifth of the world's oil passes through this narrow waterway every single day. Shipping slows down or becomes dangerous, global prices then they could spike overnight. Now, because of this uncertainty, Gulf officials are reportedly reassessing their financial exposure abroad. In fact, some governments are studying whether they should temporarily freeze their new overseas investment, redirect capital back home, or even pull funds from certain international projects just to strengthen their domestic economies. And wait, another term all of a sudden entering the conversation is force majeure. In simple words, this is a legal clause used in a major contract when unexpected events like war, natural disaster, or political crisis, they make it impossible to continue normal business operation. If invoked, it could allow governments or companies to pause or maybe cancel large investment commitments without any heavy penalties here. But you know why this matters to the US? Because Gulf sovereign wealth funds, they are deeply tied to the American financial system. They invest in the US Treasury bonds, Silicon Valley companies, energy firms, and massive real estate developments. If even a small portion of these funds they were redirected due to the regional instability, then it could ripple through the global market and affect investment flows worldwide, not just the US. And yes, at the very same time, Gulf leaders are walking a very delicate diplomatic tightrope. Many of them maintain strong security partnership with Washington while also trying to avoid being dragged directly into a wider regional war involving Iran. And that balancing act, ladies and gentlemen, it is becoming harder as tensions rise. Well, for now, there is no official announcement of large-scale investment though, but the discussion themselves, they reveal how deeply this conflict could affect the global economy, because in modern geopolitics, wars are no longer fought only with soldiers or weapons. Sometimes the most powerful weapon is money.